It was how long after we'd been married that we had our honeymoon?
Oh.
It was summer, and we got married in the winter.
Winter? September 2nd. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm glad she's here because we needed her witness to all of these things because it sounds like I'm making up this really amazing fabrication. It was crazy. It was absolutely what happened to us that night. Kathy's sister offered to let us borrow their truck and little camp trailer.
Teardrop. Silver teardrop. You've seen them?
So we took off in this truck, pulling this trailer. We'd never driven the truck, never pulled the trailer before in our lives. Down to the bottom of the Fairview Canyon, and we could tell that it was storming up on top. And Kathy said, "Shall we go up?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's never a big deal up there. It just rains for a little bit. It's just thunder bumpers. They'll quit." So we head up onto the mountain, turned onto the high Skyline Drive, and it turned into a mud hole. We went barreling along, and it was pitch dark by then. It was night. And all of a sudden, we got stuck in this huge mud puddle that was right in the middle of that dumb road. We couldn't get out no matter what I did. So we just parked the truck and went back and got in the trailer. And all night long, trucks were going past us on both sides, honking their horns at us. Just
like we could do anything about it. They could have offered to get us out. No.
Nobody ever did stop to offer anything. They just honked.
They probably thought we just stopped there to camp.
I don't know what they thought. We just laid there on top of this little bunk bed and waited for daylight. And finally, about noon, it dried out enough that we could pull out. Dad had told us about where he and my mother had their honeymoon up in that mountain, and so we wanted to go there. So he'd actually taken me up there and shown me how to get to where their honeymoon was. You turned off of the Skyline Drive and you went along this little creek that had beaver ponds all along it, and then there was a little dirt track that headed up the hill, and it was steep, and it was back and forth kind of like this. But at the top, there was this beautiful stand of pine trees with an alcove in it. During the night of their first night there, a bear had come sniffing around the tent and, of course, scared Mother to death. And Dad said it made for a very interesting honeymoon night. So I told Kathy that story, so she was all worried about bears.
Well, we were in a trailer, not a tent, so...
Yeah, we were. That was more safe,
safe.
We thought. So we inched our way up that road, finally got up and backed in the trailer and parked it, and got some big rocks and put in front of the tires and jacked up the tongue so it was level. We took my fishing gear and we headed back down to catch a lot of fish so we'd have something to eat.
I was going to make tinfoil dinners, the potatoes and the carrots, and we're going to have fish, even though I hated fish.
And so we got down there, and there's this guy over there just reeling them in. I mean, he'd whip his line out and pull a fish out, over and over and over. And I got no bites, nothing.
We weren't getting anything, and I'm thinking, what is he doing that we're not doing?
She finally said, "I'm going to go ask him." And I said, "Okay." So she goes over, and she came back over and said, "He's chumming with corn." And, it's illegal. It's been illegal since 1727, I think, in Utah. And I said, well, no wonder he's catching everything in the pond. I finally caught a fish. It was about 5 inches. It was a little fish. So she cooked it.
I cooked it. We had this tinfoil dinner.
And we each took a bite, and that was the fish.
It was
she
getting
said,
cold.
"It's getting cold. I'm going in." And I said, "Well, okay."
And there was no moon.
Yeah,
there was
pitch
no moon that night.
black.
It was dark.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, we got in the trailer.
Banked the fire, did all of those things so it would last through the night. So we went in and sat there and ate goodies for a little while and talked and made out probably. And I don't know, I can't remember. To get into the bed, you had to climb up on a wheel well and then sort of kind of slither over into the bed. And we just kind of got settled and comfortable. All of a sudden, this trailer went up in the air. It just went up in the air and then came crashing back down. And Kathy said, "It's bears."
Something was on both sides of it, pushing it back and forth.
There was no other movement than back and forth.
It was like almost.
And it got more and more violent. This is a lot more than one bear,
We were being thrown around that trailer. I was thrown up to the top of the
Up
ceiling.
to the ceiling.
And crashing back down.
And I'd smash into her on my way up where she was coming down.
There were cans flying around. Cans flying around.
And it just got worse and worse and worse.
Horrible.
And finally, I couldn't take it any longer, and I just screamed at the top of my lungs, "Stop that!"
And seriously, the trailer stopped.
Instantly. Stone still and silent as a tomb.
Honest to God, this is the truth.
We were laying because we'd broken the bed.
You know? So I remember just standing, we had stood up and we were standing there wondering what to do. You said, "I gotta go out." And I said, "No, you're not going out there. Somebody will kill you." He said, "I can't stay in here. We've gotta go out." And I said, "No."
I said, "Well, can I at least look out the window?"
Oh yeah, so we looked out the little back window.
And our fire was
Our
gone.
fire's gone. We've been in an earthquake.
We couldn't decide whether we were down in the underneath the soil and we would die there.
The fire's been swallowed up in the earth, or we have.
The fire had gone. We didn't know.
There was no fire.
I mean, there weren't even any coals, and just nothing.
He had this muzzle loader.
I
that
traded
little
the guy
horn
$10
that
for it,
holds
wasn't
the
it?
powder. He said, "Don't worry, I'll take my muzzle loader out." And I went, "Oh, that comforts me a lot. You're going to get killed, and I'm going to be here alone."
So I finally got my clothes on and pushed open the door with the end of this muzzle loader.
My heart was like going,
And nobody shot me, and I couldn't see
anything because there was no moon, there was no stars.
I just remember seeing
There
black.
was nothing out there.
was
It was
just-
pitch black.
Okay, Kath, I got to step out. I've got to find out what's happened to us. And so I got myself all ready with my muzzle loader and anything I might need. And I step out of the trailer, splash!
He said, "Hello, water."
I'm up to here in this ice cold water. And I couldn't even catch my breath for a minute. It was so stinking cold. I started looking around and I said, "You're not going to believe this. Kath, there's water out
I
here."
said, "What?"
And way up this mountain, there was this little
flicker.
twinkling fire.
A little flicker of fire up on the mountain.
I turned the tongue around and the trailer was floating
It was floating.
on this beaver pond. I pulled it over to as close as I could get to the bank. Okay, now don't move because we don't want this to float away again. And I climbed all the way up to that dumb fire. Somebody had pulled those rocks out from under our tires. The rocks were gone. And when we got into the trailer, it tipped the front end up, and the wheels were free, and just boom, away we went.
There were huge ruts in that road,
And
going
rocks
up down that road.
and trees, I mean, everything.
And how did we ever not roll or get flipped? We'll never know. I think we just kind of bounced.
All the way to the bottom.
We must have had legions of angels protecting.
I finally got the truck backed up and got the thing put back onto the hitch. So I said, "Okay, shall we go back up and start over?" She said, "No."
We're going home. So that was our honeymoon. All the way home, I'm looking back, so I'm sure someone's going to kill us. So
She
that's
was
how
positive there were people after us.
It was frightening, really frightening. But now we look back on it, it's hilarious. You know?